What is up, everybody? This is Stock Market Education, and today we're going to be going over the Robinhood app. Let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys the basic functions of the app that you should be familiar with when using Robinhood. If you want to get started using Robinhood, I put a link for you guys down in the description below. When you use the link in the description, you do get a free stock, and so will I in the process as well, and it's no additional cost to you. And also, before we get into the video, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would smash the like button and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. With that being said, let's get right on into it. So when you first look at the Robinhood search area, you can see that it just has news outlets based off. These are just some stocks that I've been looking into recently. So Delta I've been looking into, Boeing, and then I own stock in Tesla, so then that's why some Elon Musk article pops up. But for this episode, let's look at Microsoft. So we're just going to type in Microsoft into the search bar, and then it's the first one that pops up. We're going to click on it, and when you first open up to Microsoft, you can see that it has the prices of it for the 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, 5 year, and then the icon to the right of it is candlesticks, which is not something that you really need to pay attention to that much anyways. So I usually just stick to the straight line looking price chart because for me it's easier to read. And when you look at Microsoft's price chart, you can see that it has a pretty good uptrend that's intact, which is something that you would want to see for a company. And then if you scroll down here, you can see stats, and the main three stats that you want to look at is the market cap, the PE ratio, and the dividend yield. And the market cap is pretty much how much Microsoft is worth. So Microsoft, the entire company, is worth $1.09 trillion. So whenever you invest in a company, you have to make the statement, I am purchasing Microsoft for the price of $1.09 trillion because X, Y, and Z, because they have increasing revenue, because they have a great management team. It could really be anything, but you should really try to make statements like that before you buy into a stock. And then the next thing that you should look at is the PE ratio. So the PE ratio measures intrinsic value for a stock. And so pretty much you want a PE ratio to be around 18 to 20. It really depends on the industry. For Microsoft being a growth stock, a PE ratio of 24, we can see that it's pretty fair valued, especially compared to the S&P's PE ratio, which is about 24 right now too. So that one checks out also. And then the next thing that Microsoft has is a dividend yield of 1.43%. And what a dividend yield means is however much money you put into Microsoft stock, you will receive 1.43% back by the end of the year. So for instance, let's say you put $10,000 into Microsoft. You will get $143 guaranteed at the end of the year because of the dividend yield. And so that's pretty much what I look at, just to get a quick glimpse, a quick understanding of where the company is. And if you scroll down, you can see that they have more news articles more related to the stock itself. And then if you scroll down even more, you can see that it has analyst ratings. So Microsoft has a very good buy rating of 94% and a 6% hold rating. And then it also has a bull thesis along with a bear thesis by Morningstar, and you can just click show more to read the whole thesis. And it's pretty interesting. You really want to compare the bulls and the bears and see which one is actually the better argument to make. And if you scroll down, it has earnings, and the more faint circle is the expected earnings per share, and the more drawn in circle is the actual earnings per share. And pretty much you want the actual earnings per share to beat the expected earnings per share, which you can see Microsoft has done for the past 4 quarters, and they usually do. And then if you scroll down, you can see stocks that other people have bought. So Apple, Visa, Disney, very popular stocks to own. And then if you scroll down even more, if you've owned the stock previously, it'll give you a history of it. I sold out of all my shares about a month ago. The last stock that I sold was for the price of $170.79. And then you can also see orders that you've had or dividend payments that the company has paid you over time. And then lastly, if you scroll down, you can see that it has an about section, which gives you just a general understanding of how the company operates and the different segments that are within it, along with the CEO, the founded year, and employees. Really not that important, but interesting to know nonetheless. And then let's look at an ETF. So one ETF that I recommend every single person, no matter any stage of investing, is VOO, which is a Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, and it's 500 of the largest US companies wrapped up into one single stock for you to buy. So that way it's not that volatile and it's extremely diverse, which means it's very safe. And if we look at the market cap for VOO, we can see that they have a market cap of 108 billion, which is much less than the Microsoft market cap of 1.09 trillion. And the PE ratio is pretty similar of 24, which is pretty fair valued. And then they also have a dividend yield of 2.4, which is extremely attractive. And then if you scroll down, you can see what other people have bought, different mutual funds. I used to own this one right here, Vanguard Mutual Fund, because it had a pretty high dividend yield of 4.19, a low PE ratio, and a pretty small market cap. Isn't that big of a deal? And then usually for the about sections for ETFs, it really doesn't give you that much. Just pretty much a list of the stocks that are comprised into it. And let's say we wanted to buy a Vanguard S&P 500 stock. So we would click buy, and then this screen pops up. You click how many shares you want. So let's say I want 10,000 shares. So the estimated cost is 2 million, and then we'll click review, and then this will pop up if you don't have enough buying power, which clearly I don't. And it says you only have enough buying power to purchase 18% shares of VOO. If you would like to purchase 10,000 shares, you may deposit 2.2 million, which I'm not going to because I don't want to flex on you guys. So we're just going to go ahead and cancel that. Oh, and then also they have a market order in the top right corner, which gives you a different choices of when you want to buy your stock. I usually just do the market order because I'm an investor and not a trader, and I don't really care what the stock price is 1 week from now, 2 weeks from now, even yesterday. It doesn't really matter to me. And you can also trade Bitcoin on Robinhood as well, so we can type in Bitcoin, and it looks pretty cool. So the screen here does look a little different, but it's pretty much the same thing. They have a 1 day chart, 1 week chart, 1 month, 3 month, 1 year, 5 year, and then they have the candlestick patterns as well. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you want to see more videos like this one, like and subscribe, and have a great day.